It is up to the Pentagon, to the Biden administration, in this case and in other cases, to reflect that there will be consequences to aggressive behavior. And so, that's the part that remains to be seen here.
Pressure is rightly building for the Biden administration to do something after a Russian jet hit a US drone over the Black Sea.
2 Russian jets dumped fuel on an unmanned US MQ-9 aircraft conducting routine operations in international airspace. And 1 Russian jet intercepted and hit our MQ-9 aircraft, resulting in a crash.
I want to tell Mr. Putin, stop this behavior.
No! As the war in Ukraine rages on, US defense officials say this latest provocation may have unintended consequences.
There is a pattern of behavior recently where there is a little bit more aggressive actions being conducted by the Russians. We think we haven't completed our analysis as to why that's happening. And it wasn't just involving us. There was some incidents earlier with the British and some other nations as well.
The Russian Defense Ministry claims its fighter jets were launched after spotting a US drone near Russian territory, specifically the Crimean Peninsula.
The flight of the unmanned aircraft was carried out with transponders turned off, violating the boundaries for the use of airspace.
US officials say that's unlikely. Speaking to Fox News, they said that the drone wasn't a stealth aircraft and that it was flying a routine reconnaissance mission. Russia also claims it was the US drone that caused the crash.
No weapons were used by our fighter jets. This unmanned aircraft performed a sharp turn and collided.
While the US Reaper drone went down in the Black Sea, it's believed the Russian aircraft, which was also damaged, landed in Crimea.
The United States will continue to fly and to operate wherever international law allows.
To many people's minds, this incident is another case of Russia deterring the US rather than the US deterring Russia.
Please have a seat.
In his budget, President Biden outlined a 3.2% increase in defense spending. The problem is, when you factor in inflation, that's tantamount to a cut, which is the wrong message to be sending our adversaries.
I think we should send 3 more drones over that area and show the Russians that we don't care what they say. We can fly there anytime that we want.
The war in Ukraine is now in its 2nd year. Rather than keeping the situation ticking over indefinitely, perhaps it's time to tip the scales. Providing Ukraine with Reaper drones and long-range missiles would certainly help.
I think we continue the sanctions. We make those. They should be as crushing as they possibly can be. And we should continue in Ukraine to supply what the Ukrainians need to defend their sovereignty.